and said, well, Dad, can we have one of them? They're only $6.95. Say, no, son, they're going to get huge. So I like to feed my fish a variety of foods because I think, just like us humans, if we keep eating the same food all the time, we get a little bit bored. So although it's quite limited what we can actually buy for our fish, and I do sometimes feed them live food and give them prawns and things like that, I like to sort of mix it up a little bit from just your normal sort of dried flake to Prima granules, which are good for sort of bottom feeders to mid-water feeders, and down to the Spirulina Pleco wafers for our Plectonomus, and other algae feeders such as our Hillstream Loach and indeed our Coolie Loach. Little bug bites for the tiny little ones, such as our White Mountain Minnows and our Danios like these. Tubifex and Daphnia and Bloodworm, they all love these. So I like to sort of mix it up in different feeds to make it a little bit more interesting for them. So here we have our 90-litre tank, which is looking really well. I'm really pleased with the plant growth. It's come on leaps and bounds since I added to the sand to the substrate, which you can see on a video on the channel, me doing this. But yeah, we've got our albino paradise fish, we've got our assortment of tetras, and I'm really surprised how big tetras can grow, because this little guy here, he's not finished growing yet, so it'll get to the size of a small angelfish. We've got our whiptail catfish at the back there, just sitting on a leaf, if you can see him there. If I can zoom in on him, maybe. Oh, get my finger out of the way. He should be down there. There he is. Camera won't focus now. There he is on the leaf. So yeah, he's happy. We've got some silver flying foxes. We've got a Coolie Loach in here, which is very hard to see because he buries himself under the sand. We've got some snails that you can see on the back wall there, and Coolie Loach, a Hillstream Loach. He is can't see where he is. So yeah, it's all looking pretty good in here. We've got lots of plant growth, which I'm pleased about. So let's give the little ones some bug bites to begin with. And let's see, we can angle the camera up a little bit more. And for mid-range to bottom feeders, let's put these Prima granules in. So they all pretty much have a go at the Prima granules. And I think today they can have, let's go for the Daphnia today. Since it's a Saturday, so let's give them a little treat. The Daphnia. Now I feed my fish 2 good feeds a week, and I've done that for years, and it's been beneficial for the water quality. I think a hungry fish is a healthy fish. I haven't seen any deaths for a long time. So let's have a look at some Spirulina wafers now for the catfish, and the Coolie Loach and the Hillstream Loach wherever he is. Just put one of those in. The snails love these as well. If you want to get rid of a load of snails, just drop one of these in and just wait for them to all land on it, and then you can scoop them out all at once. Yes, so this is our 90-litre tank. So let's go to our next tank. So this is our 40-litre biOrb, and we've got plenty of snails that are breeding well in this tank. You can just see one coming into screen now, another one there, they're all over the place, big one there on the rock. We've got zebra danios and golden sailfin danios in this one, along with another Hillstream Loach. Oh, there he is, just on the back of the rock. I don't know if you can see him from this angle. I'll try and move you. Maybe take you off the tripod a minute. There's our Hillstream Loach there. I do like these. They're really good fish. They don't get too big. They like to eat your algae off your glass. And they're little characters. And they also come in some really nice patterns. As you can see, this one is. So yeah, I recommend these. They are well, this is got no heater, so it's, you know, cold water tank, and I've got one in my tropical tank, and it's been in there for years, and it's absolutely fine. So they can do both. They're really versatile fish, even though when you buy them in the pet shop, you buy them as a cold water fish because they're used to being in sort of rivers and streams in the wild in colder areas of the world. But yeah, they can handle both, and they don't get particularly big. So yeah, I'll pop you back on the tripod. And today they're going to have the prima granules and the bug bites. They seem to love that. See, they're getting all excited. They know you're going to feed them. Anyone that says that the fish don't really pay attention to what you're doing, that's a lie. They interact with you. Certainly at feeding time anyway. And let's give them some bug bites. Now this tank, I'm going to possibly add some more plants. It's looking a bit sparse, and that's probably due to the snail activity. There is a new plant over the back, so I'll add some more plants. I might be looking to get some cherry shrimp in here as well. So yeah, that's our biOrb, and next we're going to go to next door, which is our 30-litre cube tank, which, if I zoom out a bit, needs a little bit of attention. The plants need a little bit of attention. They're getting a little bit messed up now. They're growing fine, it's just they get rooted out by this little fella here, my weather loach or Dojo loach, which I absolutely love these guys. I want to get more of these. I'd like to have just a tank full of Dojo loach. So they're crazy spaghetti, and they interact with you. We've got Bacon in our larger tank, who's slightly bigger again, but they grow really big. I've got two more in the pond, which I'll show you in a minute when we go out and feed them. And they're, if they're out, they're at least 12 inches to 14 inches long. For our American viewers, you have to be mindful of these because these can get really big. So I just, when they're small, start them off in this tank, then I move them to the 180-litre tank, and then I move them onto the pond, which I've got two in there that have been in there for 2 winters now, and they've been absolutely fine. The pond is plenty deep enough to keep them happy. So they can go down to the bottom of the pond and keep warm. They've got piping down there which they like to go in, like their old plumbing pipe, you know, water pipes, which is, you know, just a piece of pipe, I mean, which they like to hibernate in, because that they like to burrow under the leaves, go in the pipe, and they stay in there for the winter. and I'm only just seeing them come out now. So yeah, can you get a good shot on that as me feeding them away and not looking at what you're looking at? Some of the glass has got a little bit of algae on it, needs a little bit of a clean up. Some of the snails are slacking a bit there. You guys, come on, get cleaning. So that's our 30-litre cube tank where I bring on the babies. Again, it's zebra danios, and we've got some white mountain minnows in here as well, snails, and a baby Dojo Loach. So over to our 180-litre tank now, which brings me into the, well, I'll tell you what's in here first. We've got some Sailfin mollies. You can see 2 here. There's 3 of them in there. Where's the 3rd one? There, down the bottom. You can see him. We've got some ram cichlids, which we've got 4 of those. We've got 2 yellow and 2 blue. These are beautiful. These grow fairly big. They've got a little bit more. The mollies have got a little bit more growing to do. These are, for cichlids, they're very, very peaceful. They're a yellow on the rating scale, so they can be put with community fish. They only get sort of aggressive when coming to breeding time, but I don't think any of these are going to breed. There's the blue one there, the blue ram cichlid. There is Bacon, my Dojo Loach. Now this guy, whenever I put my hand in, which I might even film at one time, he interacts with me, he swims in and out with my fingers. He just won't leave me alone when I got my hand in. These are great fish. If you want a fish that will interact with you, give you loads of joy, make you laugh because they put themselves in some really funny odd positions, and they just don't care when it comes to other bigger fish. With bullying, they will just bound along like a golden retriever and barge their way straight through everything, and you know, excuse me, coming through, go away. You know, I can't speak highly enough for them. They are a fantastic fish. I mean, you may not like the look of them, that's fine. You can get them in the albinos, which are slightly more expensive, well, in fact double the price, because they're supposed to be rarer. But it doesn't matter whether you get the standard one, which Bacon here is the standard, or you go for the albino. It doesn't really matter. They've both got fantastic personalities. So yeah, let's get these fed. Now I do put some of the Pleco wafers in here because we have a, I wouldn't say large yet, but this is where my next part of the video is coming on to. I'll put 2 in and watch them go, and then top them up. We have some white mountain minnows, yellow golden ones in here. There's probably maybe coming into view at the back there. They hide. So I'll put some of the smaller bug bites in for them. Again, they like the Prima granules. And I think I've got somewhere, I saw, oh, I don't know where that's gone. Anyway, let's put some Daphnia in today. Again, they get fed on a Wednesday and a Saturday, because I don't like to overfeed them. The pond fish, because I've got koi, they get fed a little bit more regularly, because koi are greedy. Now, onto our Sailfin Plecos, which is down there. Let's take you off. The reasons why my son loves him, because he's quite, once he puts his fin up, he's quite a dramatic looking fish. You know, he's an armoured fish and they sound cool. Reasons why I wouldn't have one is because they're poop machines. They basically, you know, they poo everywhere, and it's large amounts, which does get broken down and eaten by snails and things, but they do really spike your ammonia as they grow. So you need plants to absorb that. But the problem is, as they get bigger, they tend to uproot your plants or shred them just by flicking their tails around as they move around the tank. So this is 180 litres. At the moment, it's just about okay for him. But this guy, I've seen him in professional aquariums. You know, these the like sea life kind of aquariums where they're in huge tanks. And I've seen them, they grow easily up to 1 metre long. So that in itself is a problem, because when you buy them from a pet shop, they're, you know, about this big, and they don't say to you, they might put it on the card that how big potentially they could grow if they live that long, how big they're going to be, and you're going to need to buy a bigger tank. Now these tanks, they're not cheap. You're looking at £600-700 for that. For a tank for him, for when he grows full size, you're going to be in the £1,500 to £2,000 range, and you don't have the option to put him in the pond like you can do with some cold water fish in the UK, because it won't survive. If you're living in a tropical climate, you'll be okay, but you can only keep him in an indoor tropical tank. He hasn't got tolerance for any length of time of cold water. So I did think about having either looking at buying a bigger tank or one of those raised ponds. I'll put an image up here with like a glass panel in it so you can see what's going on, and have it in my garage and drop a heater in there. That will maybe a cheaper option to keep him in than spending a couple of grand on a, you know, 800 litre to 1,000 litre tank. So it's a problem, and if your little boy goes and with you to the fish shop and sees one of these and said, "Oh, Dad, can we have one of them? They're only £6.95." Say, "No, son, they're gonna get huge, because you know it's gonna cost you a fortune in the future." So yeah, beware of the Sailfin Pleco. They are a peaceful fish until they get badgered, and then they could literally kill the other fish, because they are armoured and they have the spines from in their sail fin and in their tails, and you know they can flick round, move really quick, and cause damage to the other fish. They can also eat small fish as well, especially if they're injured, or if they're dying, or even the dead ones. They will they will polish off the dead ones if you do have any dead fish. So this is my 180 litre dual tropical tank. So next tank we're going to go to, it's not tank actually, we're going to go and feed the pond fish. So again, I like to feed them a range of size food, from the larger bites for the larger mouths with the curry, down to really small ones for the little goldfish and the fancy goldfish, down to the mid-range sticks. So yeah, I'll just reposition you and I'll try and get you a bit closer. A little bit. Just turn the pump off. So Can't see the weather loaches out at the moment, but as soon as they sense a bit of food in the water, they should come out. Now I have got a video on the channel where I actually take the camera underwater. I'll try and put that up as a link just about now. Anybody who's got a pond in the UK will know the heron is a problem, hence why I've got the netting at the sides, at the back, at the front, the tripwire. It spoils the look, I guess, but you know, protects your fish. They should take the food more over time. They're probably a little bit apprehensive because I'm stood here. I should hand feed them a bit more, but I suppose over winter I've not been doing that. It's too cold. I can try that more in the summer months. So if I take you off the tripod, let's see if so I don't know if you can just see. Oh, you can only see reflection now. Ah yeah, where my finger is there, that's the piping, water piping. It's just the weather loaches like to go into in the winter, and the leaves obviously fall on top of that. So it doesn't look like they want to make an appearance this morning. It probably will as the day warms up. He's decided to come out now, the weather loach. One of them has anyway. I don't know where the other one is. They always tend to come out when there's food. So let's look at progress of our propagator. Let's see how the plants are growing. Okay, so we're getting good growth here. If I just take you off the tripod. So the solar air stones are working well. This one's growing great. There's a big snail there. These are the tropical ones that are taken off. I planted them before and I didn't think they would come back, take root, but they have. That one's got flowering at the top. The water temperature's not bad either. It helps with the lid on it to build up. Once they get the sun on the lid, it raises the temperature of the water. Yeah, so we've got plant growth. Maybe I can reroot this one. Gonna have to get myself some tweezers. Reroot that one there. What's that? Midgie. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm gonna let it fill out. Like I said before in the video, I think I'm going to put a few 3-spine sticklebacks in here. See how it goes. Smells like it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, the update of I'm getting on with the tanks and the pond and the propagator. Please like and subscribe, ask me any questions down in the comments. Yeah, and I'm always interested to know your thoughts on things, so please do get in touch, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.